how are you? How are y'all? So, as this video suggests, I'm going to talk about polarization, because, I was recently at this book club. I visited this book club, because, I actually like to go to the library pretty much almost every day. I just love reading. And I just love reading about everything, actually. Finances, love, how to flirt, and how to socialize, how to be a leader, all those types of things. I just really enjoy reading, right? And, I realized something, I was reading these books, and then, this guy approached me, he was like, hey, I have a book club, and I was like, what? I want to go to this book club, and I didn't go there for like an entire month, and he kept texting me, he was like, and then yesterday, I finally was able to go there, and I went there, and I was texting this guy, and and he was like, you would be really good, like reading whatever we're going to read in the book club, because you're really spontaneous, ecstatic, really, really, like, those type of things. I was like, oh, that's gonna be interesting. So, finally I went to the book club, and I was there, sort of nervous, sort of nervous, actually, because, no, not really, because I've been in situations like this before, but I was just nervous because, I've never been here, and I don't know anybody, but, I'm honestly used to the feeling of not knowing anybody, so I feel comfortable not knowing anybody. So, everybody came, and we started presenting each other, and we started talking about, if there was, because the leader was like talking about, like, if there was a right now in your life, if there's gonna be, if there's a song or a music theme that would be playing in the background in your life right now, what song would it or theme would it be right now? And of course everybody put their song, and I put Hysteria because I love music, of course, and without further ado, we started reading this love novel or whatever. We started reading this love novel, and I just started cracking jokes. I just started being me. I just started cracking jokes. I just started because this text, this girl mentions the word black like 5 times in a row. I was like, dude, this girl has something with blacks, man. Like, what the heck? She's gonna like finish. They're gonna do something with her and that guy, right? And I just started cracking these jokes. I just started telling my opinion. I started making these. I just started like highlighting things. I basically just made it. I made the environment. I don't know if you could call that. But, later I spoke with this guy. He was like, I actually had a lot of, with others, with the group, they actually had a lot of fun. And actually, I was just enjoying this whole thing, it was pretty fun, actually. I was like, man, I'm a Sagittarius. We're natural comedians. Of course we are, right? And, but, then I realized I started just telling people out, and then like, in a moment, I was like, this is just how girls are, because it was this novel about this girl who fell in love with some guy, and I was like, dude, this is how girls are, like, literally, like, dude, and there was a girl, ironically, in this group, and she's like, what do you mean? And she started like, disagreeing with me, and I was like, I did not care. I was like, what do you mean? You want me to explain? I'll explain. I explained her why, the unconscious language. I started explaining, body language is like 80% of human communication. There's signals when girls flirt with you and all that stuff. And she just didn't say anything, literally. And I was like, I didn't care to lose. I was just being me. I was risking whatever. I just was being me, right? And then we continued reading this novel, and then suddenly she just started agreeing with me, and I was like, what? Of course I wasn't like that. I was like, oh. But mentally, I was like, what? This girl is starting to agree with me. There's something weird going on here. But anyway, and then, after the meetup, after we finished reading that novel and everything, I spoke with the leader afterwards, and he said, you have to be careful, right? You have to be careful because, sometimes some things can be, some of the things you say can be sensitive topics. And I was like, what, you telling me you're sensitive? And he's like, no, I actually enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed. I was just I really enjoyed. You really made like, I really had fun. Like so like the whole group were really having fun with their jokes and all that stuff, right? But there's for example that and I was like, you know what? And then I realized in that moment, I am simply me, right? And I realized, I in that moment I just realized, I actually polarize people without even like thinking about it. Like I actually polarize people without even and then like I was like thinking like, oh, I actually polarize people without even thinking, because you know polarization or polarizing people basically means not being afraid of offending, not afraid of offending if it comes as a result of just you being you, and I was just being me. And I don't know if I offended anybody. Maybe that girl got offended, but then later she started giving me like she actually started agreeing with me. But I started like, I'm I actually polarize people, and I started explaining to them, you have to polarize people, because I'm really a believer of this quote that says, when the true you comes out, the right people start to show up in your life, right? And I was like, I realized, I actually polarize people, man. Like, it's actually unconscious. I'm just being me. And this polarization actually helps me to find out who do I want in my life and who I don't want in my life. And there's like no middle ground. You either support growth, you're a good friend, you're either you have something, you're a teacher, you're valuable, you're not, basically, right? Okay, and then I started realizing, if I polarize people, then who are my friends? And I was like, oh, that makes so much sense now, because all my friends are basically teachers in some way. Because I have this friend who's a really, really good professional, not professional yet, but he's a really good musician called Michael. And he's really good. He's really, really good, and he's actually a teacher, because he's taught me quite a bit of things in music. And then I realized, I have a trainer, and that's a dude. He trains me, dude. Like, what else do I want to say? And like, I actually polarize people. And, I started watching it. I watched a video. I should not be. I watched a video, and I realized I shouldn't be afraid to like polarize. It's just me. It's just me coming out to be truth. But being polarized doesn't mean to like just offend, just to disagree, or just to be rude. I wasn't rude. I just said my opinion. I just told my opinion. That girl was like, hey, and I was like, well, and then I explained. I think I explained to her that, this, and she didn't know what to say. Like, literally, she did not know what to say. Silence. She didn't know what to say. She just started agreeing with me afterwards, and I was like, oh, nice. But yeah, I just wanted to, I just realized, I polarize people. I mean, I got it, man. I mean, that's part of my individuality. I can't be agreeable with everybody. Of course not, dude. I'm an individual, and not everybody's gonna be compatible with me. I have to accept that. I can't. If you wanna make everyone happy, like Steve Jobs said, just sell ice cream. If you wanna make everyone happy, just sell ice cream. Because you just can't. If you truly want, if you want to be yourself, there's gonna be people who. You're gonna polarize people just by being yourself. You're gonna polarize people who strongly agree, who strongly like you or dislike you. I guess that's how things are, actually. But I realized, I polarize people. I have a personality, man. I can't just stop being myself. I just can't. If I just stop telling my opinion, if I just stop telling my sincere opinion, I basically just stop being myself, because that's a big part of who I am. I am not afraid to express my opinion. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today.